Buenos dias, Dreyfus. Hoy es 20 de septiembre. Happy first week of Latin Hispanic Heritage Month. And speaking of Latin Hispanic Heritage Month, Lauren, have you seen the decorations on the first floor of Building 1?
I have seen the decorations. They're vibrant, festive, and truly a great celebration of Latin Hispanic heritage. The decorations are so dazzling, they make me want to do the cha-cha. It's a splash of tradition and fun that's sure to make everyone's day. I'm Lauren Kelly.
And I'm Kira Cardoso. Now, Lauren, it's time to tango into that intro. Today's Latin Hispanic Heritage Fact of the day is about Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is a holiday that some people celebrate in Mexico. While commonly mistaken as Mexico's Independence Day, Cinco de Mayo actually commemorates a battle in the city of Puebla, Mexico in 1862. In more Spanish news, a reminder, students, today is the last day to buy a Fiesta de Flores during lunch. Make sure to stop by the cafeteria to purchase one. Each flower costs $3. Also, this past Wednesday, Spanish Honor Society's Dona por Amor donation drive donated 262 articles of clothing to Colombia. Thank you so much to all the students who donated. They will be releasing their next project in the upcoming week, so make sure to keep a lookout on DSOA Today and SHS's Google Classroom. Now, let's hit the streets with Lira Radishkevich to find out who everyone's favorite Latin Hispanic heritage artists are.
What's up, Dreyfus? I'm Lira Radishkevich. Today, in honor of Latin and Hispanic Heritage Month, I asked some Dreyfus students who their favorite Latin and Hispanic music artists were and what their favorite song by that artist is. Let's see what you all had to say.
Selena, and I love her song Como la Flor. My favorite artist is Luis Miguel, and I would say my favorite song is La Mentira, which means the lie. Bad Bunny, and the song La Canción.
Cogí un respiro y me salí de la vía y como un pendejo no sabía lo que hacía.
It was super fun getting to learn about all these new artists and songs. Now, back to the desk.
We have 3 events going on today during lunch. Princeton University, Dartmouth College, FAU, and FAU Honors will be visiting today during lunch in the Media Center. Be sure to stop by if you're interested in learning more about these schools. Moreover, today is the first ever Harry Detail show of the year. Remember that only students with tickets can enter. It is also Freedom Friday, so swing by in your red, white, and blue for a photo booth and temporary tattoos in the cafeteria. And speaking of Freedom Week, here's SGA reciting the preamble of the Declaration of Independence.
Good morning, Dreyfus! We are SGA, and every year in the state of Florida we celebrate Freedom Week. Please join us in reciting the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their powers from the consent of the governed.
In national news, let's take a look at some of the music that dropped today. Katy Perry released her 6th studio album, 143, this morning. In addition to that, music industry legends Bob Dylan and Fleetwood Mac are releasing live recordings of their old music on streaming services. Make sure to check these projects out.
In art news, the sold-out senior solo dance concert is happening today from 4 to 7 p.m. in the Black Box. Also, visual arts and digital media students, remember the annual Artist Market at City Place is happening on Saturday, November 9th from 12 to 6 p.m. Applications are due Monday, September 23rd. For details and the application link, check the Digital Google Classroom and join the Artist Market 2024 Google Classroom. Remember, no late submissions will be accepted. Make sure to apply by the deadline.
Here are a couple school reminders. Seeds fall submissions are open until October 7th. You can find the link to submit on their Instagram @Seeds@DSOA. Moreover, attention all students who are interested in joining Battle of the Books. There will be a Battle of the Books info meeting on September 25th during lunch in the Media Center. Shown on screen now is a QR code to sign up for Battle of the Books. Also, Arts Club members, the first general meeting will take place on Tuesday, September 24th in Meyer Hall during lunch. Make sure to stop by to meet the officer board. Also, don't forget, STEP team tryouts will be held September 23rd, September 24th, and the 25th in Building 4 Dance Studio. No experience is needed, and you must attend at least 2 to be eligible. Speaking of clubs, last week DSOA Today members visited Club Rush to get the inside scoop on the clubs for this year. Here is Layla Benoit and Morgan Burdish covering a club that stuck out to them.
At the beginning of every school year, Dreyfus hosts its annual Club Rush. This event is home to over 100 clubs. However, one in particular is not just making waves in our community, but environment. The Coastal Conservation Crew was started this year by sophomore digital media major Mia Bouillet. It combines her love for the environment and the ocean. Growing up going to Loggerhead Marine Life, Bouillet was constantly learning about the changes in our environment and how important conservation efforts are to protecting it.
I've grown up going to Loggerhead Marine Life Center Summer Camp, Everglades Youth Conservation Camp, and both of those places teach about conservation principles and how we can help our environment. And I think that's what I learned majority from it, is just like growing up going to these places every year, just having that instilled in your mind about how these unique environments need to be protected and that these are the ways to do it.
Recently, Florida's marine environment has declined. The Florida Department of Environmental Protection reports roughly 7,000 tons of plastic entered Florida's marine environment in 2020, putting marine life and ecosystems at risk. This pollution chokes marine animals, damages soil, and poisons our groundwater.
As we know, global warming, climate change, and everything like that, and just plastic pollution and pollution in general is causing a lot of harm to these places and threatening them. So I think it's just really important to conserve these places. I wanted to help other people realize that.
I'm from Jupiter. I've been going to the beach since I was like literally born, okay? I love the beach. And so just watching it over time, and especially in the intercoastal, just like as I've been like growing on it for so much time, like watching it just get like more cluttered and cluttered with trash, and just watching our environment like fall apart is literally heartbreaking. And I feel like I want to be a part of the change. Like I feel like I need to do something. I can't just sit around and do nothing and produce waste for my Starbucks, right? Like I need to do something about this. So this club is a really good way for me to get volunteer hours, but also be a part of the change.
Bouillet plans to increase Dreyfus's interaction with conservation and awareness of plastics in the ocean through discussions, participation in different conservation initiatives, and crafts. For more information on the Coastal Conservation Crew and how to participate in their mission, you can visit the Google Classroom using their code XLZC4RR or follow them on Instagram at coastal.conservation.crew. Reporting for DSOA Today, I'm Layla Benoit.
Now, let's pass the ball to Aiden Smith for the latest on our school sports teams and NFL action.
What's up, Dreyfus? I'm Aiden Smith, and it's time for your sports news for this week. First up, boy oh boy, our Lady Jags are continuing their historic run, winning their 4th straight game last night in a 3-0 victory, extending their record to 9 wins and 2 losses, and maintaining their spot at 2nd in the district behind only North Broward, who is undefeated, by the way. Next week, make sure to pop on out on Wednesday against Seminole Ridge and Friday against Somerset for both 7 o'clock games, which I promise will be absolute spectacles. Next up, soccer conditioning is going strong with senior Zachary Schwartz comparing Coach Ruth's training style to UConn's championship-winning Dan Hurley, saying that hard work is everything and we want to win. Finally, it's Friday, which means we have to talk about some football. For college, my picks for this week are as follows. UF will barely sneak out a win against Mississippi State. FSU's dreams are in a ditch, with another loss to the University of California being served hotter than spicy chicken day at lunch. And finally, the undefeated University of Miami will continue their streak led by the nonchalant Cam Ward. In the NFL, the game to watch this week is the Texans versus the Vikings, 2 incredibly high-powered offenses just brawling it out on the field. And we will see if the Dolphin boat wreck will continue without Tua. That's all we got for you today, Jags. Shout out my man, Coach Vaughn. Now, back to the anchors.
We want to add one final announcement. Fall dance tickets are now on sale on School Cash Online.
Yes, I'm so excited for it. They just released the theme and date for this year. It's the Haunted Asylum. The dance will take place on October 18th from 6 to 10 p.m.
Guests are welcome to the dance, but there is a limited amount allowed, so make sure to get your forms in quickly. The deadline to turn in the guest forms is October 10th.
If you have any questions, see Miss Ray during lunch.
With that being said, Lauren, I think that's all we have for you guys today. Dreyfus, I'm Kira Cardoso.
And I'm Lauren Kelly. Remember, let's keep the Latin Hispanic Heritage Month spirit going strong because our Dreyfus magic is always in the air. See you at class changes and lunch. But before we go, here's one final surprise. Miss Sheridan and Miss Gates, this month's Teacher Magic Makers.
Pardon the interruption, but we have a magic maker in the house. Let's give it up for Mrs. Sheridan. And she's all dressed beautifully today for her social media picture. But this award, Mrs. Sheridan was nominated for all of the amazing things that she does for our school and the social studies department, arts club. I mean, the arts club is an enormous undertaking to do each year. So we are so incredibly appreciative of Mrs. Sheridan. So make sure you tell her how awesome she is all day. And this is her official Magic Maker Award. And her Magic Maker shirt, magic is something you make. It's very soft, high-list quality. If you need to return a size, you could trade it in with Mrs. Nesbitt. And so, do you guys want to? Good morning, everyone. Pardon the interruption, but we have a magic maker in the house. There she is. Mrs. Gates was nominated by her peers, and we all know how much Mrs. Gates does for this school, correct? Not only the communications department, but so many other functions of this school that you really don't think about, like picture day. What an enormous job it is to have 1,364 students take their picture. Club photos. No other school has 112 clubs. And all of the publications, the hours, the time at night. She gives a tremendous amount of outside of school hours that she doesn't have to do. Also, that you guys have the best experiences possible in your communications program. And we are so incredibly thankful for Miss Kate. So let's give it